Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It, the show where we play every roguelike in history. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpier.
Hi, I guess.
And Monkey Sr.
Hello.
We're here to talk about our second week of Dungeon of the Endless. Moon, I know you have sort of, we're talking pre-show that you have sort of the lightest load here this week. You want to talk about how your week went?
Yeah, sure. I played 2 floors. I died on the second of those 2 floors, and then I couldn't start a new run because I was busy packing for camping.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
I made it a silly / stupid, maybe. I don't know. I got up to a floor and it was like floor 13 or something, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then before I found the exit, the crystal was there, and I was in the process of trying to build stuff, and it just kept chucking waves at me. I was like, no, dude, I'm not done exploring. Stop chucking waves at me. I'm trying to explore before I end the map. I just wouldn't let up, and then things happened, and then I died.
Was it throwing waves at you even if you hadn't opened a door?
I hadn't opened the door. Yes.
Okay.
And I hadn't picked up the crystal yet to cause the constant waves.
So here's one thing that I wish they would have explained at any point. There are two constant problems. One is those dust jellyfish that will hang out. They don't do any damage, they don't really do anything, but they stop you from automatically healing because there are still enemies on the floor. The other one are those, they look like warthogs, but with like a beetle's nose, and they're breaking down doors. So you might have seen a door symbol with a warning icon on it and like something ramming into a door and like a flashing icon. That might have been what was happening.
Interesting.
Because
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, they'll basically like ram a door down, and then at that point it will not only, it seems to be a guaranteed wave generated from that room, but also from all of your other unpowered rooms. So like if you're in the middle of a wave and you have a floor largely unpowered, that's going to mess you up pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
keep
good
an
to
eye
know.
out. Keep an eye out for both of those fun monkey wrenches.
Yeah, fun, quote unquote.
Right. Monkey, how'd your runs go this week?
So before this week, I was playing on easy, right? Instead of, because there's easy and too easy.
Right.
And I've just been, I couldn't get anywhere, so I was like, okay, I'll play one on too easy. And man, playing it, comparing the two difficulties, too easy really is too easy.
And easy is like way too hard, especially for beginners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I managed to beat run on too easy, and just
Nice.
I was just like, I have like hundreds of each resource every level, and just like only one level gave me trouble because for whatever reason I couldn't find the exit, and then the rooms weren't giving me any dust really. So
I
it's just
hate those
I have
floors.
so many unpowered rooms, and
You have like 15 doors open and you have like 50 dust. It's like, please,
yeah.
please give me something.
But yeah, in that run I actually had a storyline with the two people I picked up, and then
Nice.
It was kind of cool. It was a girl possessed by a demon, and then
She's cool. I like her.
a lab grown person. I don't know. That's what it said on their description. So I don't know.
Interesting. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
And then
the one possessed by a demon, I think I've had her before. Is she the one who can't hold any weapons?
Yeah.
And then anytime you go to leave the level, there's like a grey shadow thing above her.
Yeah, there's like always a shadow behind her. Yeah.
She's really cool.
Yeah.
At the end of it, it gave them both -4% defense, but +8% attack power. So that's
wow. Okay.
Like the storylines are interesting because last week you said one of your characters just died.
One killed the other in the elevator. It's like, no. I've had another couple, like the warden of the prison. He had a storyline with someone else where you like find out his backstory, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah. That's all for me this week.
I finished that infirmary pod run that I was on talking about last week. I basically I was joking at the end of last episode where it's like I only might finish it if I have like 2 really good clean floors to finish it out, and I did. The next floors were like I took the right branch. I found the exit like 4 or 5 rooms in there. I just kind of beelined it right there and finished out the run. As part of that, oh god, I unlocked the armory pod. If I thought
Yeah,
the
you tweeted that and it sounded not nice.
if I thought the infirmary pod was a nightmare run, armory pod is really rough. So you can select 4 characters at the start, so it's not just the 2. So you can have your sort of your perfect loadout. They give you some weapons at the start, but they're in your inventory, not your backpack. So you sort of have to apply them really quickly, otherwise the game just chucks them out. You will never find additional heroes in the dungeon, which is mostly fine because you're probably going to pick your loadout here. No major modules except for food at the start. So no industry module, no science module, just food, which is largely fine because you already have your 4 heroes. You're just going to want to, heal them and level them up. The last one, no offensive or industry modules can be researched.
Oof.
So the industry ones, fine. The offensive ones, that's sort of where the problems came.
Yeah.
I largely got through by essentially bringing 1 fast character with me. I brought Rosetta because she's my favorite. And then 3 of the biggest tanks I can bring in the game, plop them right in a room, and funnel everything that direction. I was able to research some stuff. The stuff that was the most useful is the damage over time module. With the one that helped the most was, and I don't even know what they're called, but it decreases enemy speed by 30%.
Yeah. I had that one on my winning run too. Yeah.
Fun fact, those stack. So if you put 3 of them down there, it's like the enemies are moving through molasses, and it is really good because if you have 3 ranged, powerful people, they're kind of safe in the middle of the room. It even on 2 easy, it took me about 3 tries to get through that because a lot of it was just I eventually found if I bring Rosetta and then 2 tanks and then the woman who's in that like miniature dump truck, the one with like the scoop on the front, she's really good at powering major modules. So you keep her in a room with food, the food module, instead of it like powering 5 per door opened, it was getting 18. So
Dang.
at that point, got plenty enough healing. I've got plenty enough leveling. At that point, I think when I finished the run, all of my characters were level 12, 13. So like we were just stomping through each and every floor. And I didn't realize something about the shopkeeper, any of the shopkeepers that maybe I should have, is that I didn't really look at the interface super well. And that's on me, because the game makes it pretty clear. I didn't realize that like if you go into a shopkeeper and they're selling items for dust, let's say, they will buy items from you for dust.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just have a bunch of junk in your inventory, you can just sell that stuff to him for that specific, because I thought it was only like you sell it to him for food, because I think that was like the first one I ran into. I was like, oh, I'm having a really bad run on this floor. I have 50, like we were talking about, I have 15 doors open, I have 50 dust. I'm going to sell him everything here in my bags that I can't use. Now I have 300 dust. Now I'm in a much better position.
Yeah.
So that's going to help in the future. But I also unlocked, through something else I did, I unlocked the drill pod, which thankfully they are very clear about. It says this will be an unwinnable game because there's no end to it. You're just going forever.
So it's
There's
literally the dungeon of the endless.
right, exactly, which is, I don't think it calls it that, which is kind of disappointing. There is a trophy and an in-game unlockable for 24 floors cleared, which sounds like it's kind of a fun challenge, because I think you're going to have like the perfect party for that, and like the perfect individual floor setup. And I'm kind of excited to try that, at the very least, to just see how far I can get. But I actually didn't play that much this week, because a lot of my winning run for that pod took about an hour, but the ones that didn't go well took maybe like 20 minutes apiece. So
yeah,
it sounds like I played a lot, but in true roguelike fashion, when you're first starting out, it's like, I lost that run. It was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, let's do another one. But yeah, I'm still really enjoying this game. I feel like it is one of those things where they just dumped a bunch of genres into a blender and came out, and I was like, ooh, it's delicious. But maybe only something that I would find tasty. But I don't know. Dungeon Endless is pretty fun. Any final thoughts here for week 2?
yes, I should play more of it.
Yeah. Well, schedule allowing.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all of us. All we have to say about this for week 2. See y'all next run. Bye.
Bye.
Boy.